What's going on, guys? This is Moonchild of Dude No Way, and today I got a build for hunters that lets you shatter dive more than you ever have before. Since the release of Beyond Light, Revenant's become one of the most feared and controversial subclasses, so in this video I'm going to show you some fragments, mods, and exotics you can use together to get a grenade back every 8 seconds. On the days when you wake up and choose violence, the first thing you want to grab is a stasis pair of gloves. When Season of the Lost dropped, stasis armor was introduced and a bunch of stasis mods were added to the game. Out of the new stuff, grenade kickstart's got what you need and you want to go ahead and double slot it. For each one of these you have equipped, you're going to get a chunk of grenade energy back about a second after you throw. At 100 discipline, we should be looking at a 53-second cooldown, but with these two mods on, we're cutting 12 seconds off of that. This is our first way to get grenades fast, and to take that a step further, we're slotting the mod Bomber and putting on Whisper of Shards. Bomber is a solar-only mod that goes on a solar cloak. Double slotting it makes dodging cut 14 seconds off the cooldown of your grenade. After you throw, you get the instant regen from grenade kickstart, and then you roll around on the floor and now you've got 35% of that grenade back. Whisper of Shards is one of the best stasis fragments in the game. When you put it on, breaking the crystals from your glacier grenade gives you a buff on the left side of your screen called Improved Ability Regeneration. If you only get one, it'll start at 5 seconds, but if you shatter 2 or more crystals, the buff goes up to 9, and during that time, your grenades recharge and fast as hell. I'm going to talk more about this in a bit, but for now, let's go over some quality of life stuff to make the gameplay feel smoother. The Fragment Whisper of Chains gives you a 25% damage reduction anytime you're near a stasis crystal or frozen enemy. This is going to help you live through the Shatterdive animation without getting your cheeks clapped. Put on the Touch of Winter aspect and Whisper of Fissures to give your glacier grenade an extra crystal and buff the radius and damage of the explosion. This is full scumbag mode. You're going all in on making every shatter dive as deadly as it can be. The damage this puts out is absolutely ridiculous, and you can use it to one-shot a super in the Crucible or delete groups of enemies in PvE. And speaking of PvE, for my homies out there murdering minions of the darkness, put on Elemental Ordnance and Explosive Wellmaker. Now every time your grenade gets a multi-kill, a solar and stasis elemental well are gonna pop up like a stripper out of a cake. Both of these are giving you ability energy back, and if you slot Well of Life, every time you pick up that solar well, you're gonna start healing over time. Jumping head first into a group of enemies is sketchy as f***, and all of these effects together are gonna make it a lot easier to stay alive. If you're getting value out of this, like the video and watch it till the end, cause that helps me put food on the table. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about weapons and which ones synergize well with the loadout. Demolitionist weapons are an obvious pick here, because when you get a kill, it gives a chunk of ability energy to your grenade. In Season of the Lost, everyone and their mom is running particle deconstruction, so fusion rifles are an easy pick. The weapons for this build are pretty unimportant, and your exotic slot is free to run whatever makes you happy. No matter what you choose, slotting the mods Elemental Charge and High Energy Fire are gonna make your life easier. When you pick up any elemental well, you're gonna get charged with light and give your weapons a 20% damage buff till you use them to get a kill. This buff won't get consumed by your abilities, so feel free to get things low health and shatter dive them to pieces. With Grenade Kickstart taking up your mod slots that would be for stunning champions, I highly recommend grabbing Thermoclastic Strike from the artifact. The Revenant subclass comes stock with double melees, and you can dodge to get the full charge back, which makes this a top tier mod for shutting down overloads. Everything we've put together so far makes a grenade chucking, crystal exploding machine of a build, but we're not done yet. Cause it just so happens there's an exotic in the game that takes the scumbag playstyle to another level. When you want to make your enemies cry themselves to sleep at night, just head over to your vault and bust out the Frosties. This exotic increases your run speed and makes sprinting boost the recharge rate of all your abilities. When you start to sprint, you're going to get a buff on the side of your screen called Rapid Cooldown, and the longer you run, the more energy you're getting back. On its own, this effect isn't even really that good, but that brings me back to what I was saying earlier about the buff from Whisper of Shards. For whatever reason, when you have both of these effects running at the same time, it supercharges your grenade regen to insane levels. As soon as you shatter your grenade, dodge for that instant energy back, then take a lap and watch the whole cooldown come back in seconds. This combo's so dirty you're gonna feel like you need a hot shower. No matter what your discipline level, you get your whole grenade charge back in less than 10 seconds, and that's Warlock level ability spam without you ever having to put on a dress. During Season of the Lost, these are the artifact mods you want to put on because they shut down champions in those higher level PvE activities. And if you want to be a scumbag hunter but you don't have the Frosties boots yet, don't worry about it. Because I'm going to break down step by step a loadout you can use to crush through lost sectors and farm exotics fast, and to see it, all you gotta do is click the card on the right. Thanks for watching. I am Moonchild of Dude No Way, and I will see you in the next video.